Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a Ford Transit. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Ed Kenley Ford here in Layton, Utah for giving me some time with this Transit. I'm going to include a link to the website in the description down below so you can check what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a 3.5 liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 275 horsepower and then 260 pound-feet of torque. Now before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see with the venting there on either side. And then popping down below, we do have halogen lights. And then notice the grille, how that's darker in coloration. Then we got the Ford logo there in the center, of course. And then looks like we do have some parking sensors here on the front end. And putting it all together, I mean, it's a cargo van, so it looks like one. Now around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 235, 65, 16 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, so they're darker in coloration. And it looks like those are all season tires. That's pretty nice. And look at the fender flare here. Got this nice big side step as well, so it makes it so getting in is a little bit easier. And then here is your full side view with this Transit. And while we're on the side here, I'll show the side door. So that just slides pretty straightforward, and it has a locking point right there where it'll stay. And yeah, I mean, I guess we'll pop inside. So you got that step, and then you're in, and yeah, you've got the flooring already in here with the Transit, which is definitely a nice thing. Now I cannot stand up. I basically would have to be on my knees on this because I mean, if I have to either hunch over because yeah, the roof's not. This is a lower roof Transit, so not super high. But I mean, yeah, it gets the job done. I can see it's being used more as like a passenger vehicle or just like a for storage of stuff, less so than like a camper type Transit or anything like that. But I will say I do like this flooring quite a bit. That is definitely a nice feature. But yeah, getting that closed up, super easy. And then here's a quick look at the key fob. We have our lock and unlock function here. It's the flip out key, and then that's the unlock for the back, and then the Ford logo there. Now you notice here on the back you've got these right here. This is to hold the door in place if you open it up all the way. It has these little locks right here, so this lets you swing the door open more so. So this is as far as it'll go without it being unlocked. And then if you unlock it, you can swing it all the way around, so then the door would be all the way open to the side rather than just partially open. And then this one, you got a handle right here to open up the swing door. Pretty straightforward with the use. And then you always have to close them in order. Always got to remember that. And then you got stuff like your all-wheel drive badge. You do have a receiver hitch there. And look at the taillights, vertical. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about the looks. Again, this is more of kind of like a passenger style is what I call it. Again, low roof is what you could call it in the industry. Now popping inside, more basic material use here, and you can see the window controls right there. You got the big old mirrors there on the side, and then yeah, tons of storage. And this is actually where you fill up with the fuel. It's right there. And then we've got the seat here, and yes, emphasis on seats. You'll see in a second. But yeah, cloth trim. You got your manual adjustments, and there are no other seats. There's not even a passenger seat in this van. Bum-ba-dum. Now take a look at the steering wheel. You can see soft touch trim all around. You got some controls there for the center stack. You got adaptive cruise control with this, volume controls as well. You got your regular stocks there. And then you can see the gauge cluster. It shows us stuff like fuel, which of course we're low on that. But yeah, I mean, pretty easy to use overall. And then we do have some drive modes that we can go through here. So they've got mud ruts. Man, I can only imagine someone taking this off-road. And then in reverse, you can see the backup camera there. Resolution's pretty decent, just a small viewpoint. And then as for the rest of the little screen here, an emphasis on little, yeah, you've got a bunch of analog buttons there at the bottom. Kind of just functions as a radio, which I think is completely fine. Like, this is what these things should just be. And then you notice single zone climate, which makes sense when you only have one seat, right? Then your drive mode select traction control, and then shifter there for the 10-speed. Some cup holders here, charging ports, and then you can see the storage there. There's more storage on top as well. And then we got the glove box here with that. And there's nothing else for me to go over. I mean, I kind of already went over the back area, so let's look at the window sticker. So here's the window sticker for this Transit 2024, and you guys can see it's got the 410 limited slip axle. That's a nice feature to have. But yeah, after all options, this one stickers for $60,240, and let's see how it drives. Gotta do one of these, and there we go. Okay, let's seatbelt up. Safety first, right? Are all the other passengers seat? Okay, sorry, I had to make the joke. Anyways, visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, and then through. You do have windows in the back, but it's a very long ways away, so it's kind of interesting. But you do have a rear view mirror, which helps out quite a bit. So this is gonna be a little bit of a different test drive. This thing is very low on fuel. Don't want to get stranded, so yeah, we're gonna go on a little bit of a shorter drive with this. Ooh, looks like they're getting more cars. Some Explorers, and looks like a cabin chassis. Pretty cool. So I will say, this seat's pretty comfortable. It feels so weird being in such an empty vehicle. Like I've reviewed cargo vans before. I have never reviewed a cargo van that's a one-seater. It's definitely an interesting experience, to say the least. Man, this thing's long. It doesn't look that big on the outside, but it's pretty dang big. It's pretty dang big. Now, some other stuff with this. Windshield wipers are enormous. Good torque out of that V6 so far. I'll get it on the road for I'm gonna go to the end of the lot rather, and I'll kind of get it on the road. Go down here, that'll be easier. It's not too bad though. Like, I'm kind of already used to the maneuverability of it. So, you know, I would say not terrible to drive. Love hearing all the water splashing about. It's kind of cool. Okay. So, a little bit of higher speed road, so it'll take me a second to get on, but once we can, we can. One thing I could imagine with this fan is you might want to like dress a little bit warmer for it, because I mean, it does have climate controls, but like trying to heat up an interior that doesn't have a ton of insulation and is kind of like larger with the space would be a little bit more difficult for the stock system to be able to do. And we'll see, even all the whole floor is like this vinyl stuff. That's nice, easy to clean. Don't have to worry about scratching paint and then dealing with, you know, rust down the road. So that's a nice peace of mind. Okay, looks like we can finally. All-wheel drive system seems to work well. Yeah, I mean, it's not quick at all. If you want speed, you get the EcoBoost, but it moves. It moves. Of course, man, I am so unlucky with traffic here. It always bewilders me how much traffic there is here in Layton, Utah, because it's not like there's not a ton of people that live up here, but there's always a lot of traffic. So I guess we'll get into summing things up. I mean, this is definitely like a dedicated cargo van. Having one seat, I mean, I could see someone like, I guess, converting this into like a mail truck. I could see that. Just general, I mean, like a plumber, general just business use. That's what this is set up for. It's so weird to see where the seat would go. It's funny how they have cutouts for the stuff, I guess, if you wanted to add something in after the fact, which is very interesting. I'm trying to get you guys one more acceleration here. Boy, oh boy, is the traffic infinite. Okay. There we go. Yeah, again, definitely not the quickest vehicle on the planet, but it's got enough power. Let me know what you guys think about this version of the Transit. You know, me personally, obviously I prefer the higher roof version, but that's because when I think of cargo vans, I'm not the person that, you know, I don't have a business that would need a cargo van, so I think of it from a camper perspective. But yeah, that's not what this van, I guess. I mean, someone could convert it, you just can't stand up in it, but I don't think that's what someone would get this one for. Let me know your thoughts.